Welcome back to another week of Beaver News. I'm Shasta Hope.
And I'm Annie Talbert. For this week's news, Delaney France will be highlighting the upcoming events in the music department and the new choir director. Hannah Farrow will be spotlighting some special seniors. Thad Butler will be covering this week's Beaver sports, and Sage Steckline will be giving us this weekend's weather report.
Up first, we have Delaney with her story about the happenings in the music department.
Scott City has a rich tradition of vocal musicians. This year, that tradition continues with our new vocal teacher, Miss Katie Comley. I talked to her about her music background and some main goals she has as the new vocal teacher. Miss Comley explained that choir can be beneficial for students and encouraged more students to join.
So I come from a very musical family. Everyone in my family does music. And my dad's a choir teacher. My brother's a choir teacher. His wife is a choir teacher. And my other brother's an accountant. But he also plays trombone and could do opera if he wanted to. Came up in a family where that was very prevalent, and really enjoyed my experience with it when I was in high school, and then went on to do it in college. I think for us, getting our feet kind of placed on solid ground in terms of starting to work on singing together and making good basic sounds, starting to learn how to read music better and pick up literature faster, just so that it sets us up for success in future years. Choir is such a unique experience, and it's so enriching in ways that we really don't talk about a lot, and we really don't appreciate as often as we should. So choir, studying music in general, is proven scientifically to improve brain cognition and to help with memory and just flexible thought. And choir itself is a lot like a team sport. You have to work with your teammates and work to make 30-some bodies into one sound that does not make everyone run and hide, which in itself is kind of a miracle. So to do something, special and cool with that is a real magic. And yeah, it's a really important experience.
I asked her to fill us in on some competitions the vocal students have this year.
Choir competitions kind of work in several different ways. So in the fall, we have auditions for state groups through the state choir organization called KMEA. And so we audition for that, and if you make it into the district level, that concert's in December. And then they use the same audition, and if you make it through to the state level, you go and participate in a weekend full of choiring in February, and that's a lot of fun. So that's KMEA. In the spring, we do a festival. So the main choir, so concert choir, will go and perform 4 songs in front of judges, and that's just one. So that's a state competition. And that works with rating. So instead of trying to be the best of the pack, you get like a score out of 80, and however you score on that determines what rating you get. It's kind of like the state fair, like blue ribbon, white ribbon, etc. And then from that, we also have solos and small ensembles. So it's the smaller groups, and also if you would want to go and participate alone, you can take solos. And that's in the spring as well. And it works the same way, where you go and you get a score out of 80, and depending on how you score on that, determines what rank you get. If you rank high, if you get a 1, you move on to the state level. So
thank you, Ms. Conley, for taking the time to give us the inside scoop and help us get a vision on this year's choirs. For BBN News, I'm Delaney France.
Thanks, Delaney.
Next, Hannah will be giving her senior spotlights.
Seniors, you just completed your last first 9 weeks of high school. To celebrate, let's take a look and get to know more about our BBN News seniors.
Well, I applied to West Texas A&M and I'm planning to go to school there for agriculture communications. So the main kind of club that I've been involved in throughout my high school career is FFA, and I've been chapter officers, and this year I'm secretary for our chapter.
I'm planning to go to college and start a psychology career. Sports I'm involved in are tennis and softball, and some clubs that I'm involved in are Halo, Kindness Project, and I also do encore and musical.
I love being with my friends and family. Spending time with family is a very core feeling for me, and being with family is just very special to me. And I also love working. Probably new relationships I've developed with others, and being close with teachers and knowing who's there for me and who isn't.
I like to go home, make cards, just draw, and sleep. I'm just excited to go to games, record them, have fun with the BBN crew.
I'm planning to go to college to be an elementary teacher. I enjoy reading and photography.
Thanks for letting me interview you all. Have a great weekend. For BBN News, I'm Hannah Farrow.
Thank you, Hannah. I don't know about you, but that made me excited about what great things those seniors are going to do. Now Thad will be giving us the rundown of this week's sports.
Welcome to Beaver Sports. I'm Thaddeus Butler. With the regular season coming to a close, I was able to catch up with two of our football players. Sophomores Case Armendariz and Camden Volgamore described how the season is going.
We've blown out the other teams pretty good. I think it's been a good season so far.
I'm enjoying it. Last year was kind of rough, and so we're all kind of excited to bring back some good Scott City football traditions. And I think I'm finally starting to enjoy football. The team is great, and we're finally having some success.
Camden then explained his goals for the season.
I started playing cornerback. I've dropped some really easy balls to catch. I think I'd like to see a pick six by the end of the year. I'd also like to see the team play Andale. I think that'd be cool.
Case highlighted a few standout JV athletes.
With us losing Alex Trango to the varsity team, I think we've that's like a disadvantage for us because he's just quick all around and he can break through a lot of tackles and stuff. So that's a disadvantage for us. But other than that, I think Griffin Edwards, he's a pretty good athlete. He can run up the middle pretty good. He's our fullback, and he'll get up the field pretty easy, 4 or 5 yards each time, and we can just get a first down pretty easily.
Both players shared their favorite game so far.
Definitely, I'm going to go with the Goodland game. We came out fired up. We knew that there wouldn't be the best competition out there, but we were all just excited. A lot of JV guys and even C team got some reps. And, we took care of business on every single level, and that was just really fun.
I think the best game was probably Holcomb, because that's just one of Scott City's big rivals, and just felt good just for our varsity just to beat them, and then our JV to beat them. Hughenden was also a good game when we beat them in OT, and we on varsity, and then we went there that next Monday and beat them also. So
Case also told us what the team is working on improving.
Our JV defense doesn't really get a view for the other team's offense, just because our varsity defense is more working on that because it's a varsity game. That's more important than a JV game. But after all, about second or third series and defense on JV, you kind of get the visual of it. But other than that, just working on keeping my contained.
The football team will travel to Colby today. You can go support them in person or anywhere on YouTube with the Beaver Broadcasting Network. For BBN News, I'm Thaddeus Butler.
Thank you, Thad.
Last but not least, we have Sage giving us the weather forecast for this weekend.
Thanks, Shasta. After a chilly week, temperatures will start to rise through the weekend with a high of 87 on Saturday and a low of only 53 degrees. Keeping the trend up, Sunday will see a high of 84 with a low of 40 degrees due to consistent clouds expected during the day. The football team should have nice conditions playing in Colby today with around 80-degree weather and scattered clouds. For BBN, I'm Sage Steckline.
Thanks, Sage.
Seems like some great weather to go watch cross country this weekend.
Thank you for joining us for another week of BBN News. Until next time, I'm Shasta Hope.
And I'm Annie Talbert.